As many of you know, the next Halo book, Halo Empty Throne, releases in a few days, and there are a lot of rumors that a certain Spartan will be returning to the pages of Halo. Could James 005 make an appearance in Halo Empty Throne?
Hello everyone, my name is D. Watson Jr. and
This is the Janus key. It offers the real-time location of every piece of Forerunner technology in the galaxy. Every piece. We did not create so much without a means to catalog it all.
Hello everyone, I'd like to welcome you to this episode of the Janus Key Project Podcast. As always, I thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to stop by and hear what I have to say. So today, ladies and gentlemen, guys and girls, Halo fans all, we're going to address this crazy rumor that James 005 is returning to the pages of Halo. I know some of you are maybe who is James? Who is this guy? Well, let's do this. This is going to be our game plan for today. First, I want to talk about the origins of these rumors. Then we're going to talk about the history of James and Halo. Then next, we're going to review the evidence of people who say that this is James returning from the dead. And last but not least, I want to share my opinion of all this with you. So let's get right into it. So first up, what is the origin of these rumors? Where did they come from? Well, let's go back in time for just a few months. It is October 2024. We're in Seattle during the Halo Championship Series, and there's this big data drop concerning this new Halo book releasing in February called Halo Empty Thrones. And during this drop, we received the official artwork, we received an official summary, as well as a preliminary list of characters that'll be in the book. All right, so let's start from the top. On the cover of the book, you see some inverted pyramid rings type thing, and people immediately zoomed in on the two characters on the cover. One is of a child, what appears to be a child, that's missing its left leg and is walking with a cane. Next to him next to the child, him or her, don't know, is what is most likely a Spartan wearing Mark IV or Mark V armor. But the interesting thing about that, the preliminary list of characters names 5 Spartans. It lists Gray Team, which consists of Ja 006, Adriana 111, and Michael 120. First time we've heard from these guys in a couple of years. The next Spartan is Spartan Orzael, who, if you have read the short story Rossback World, you know who this guy is. He's just an escort. But what got everybody's attention is this Spartan here that says unidentified Spartan. Who could that be? So that means one of two things. Either they've gone the whole book and they never tell us who this Spartan is, and he will be unidentified throughout the book, or it's someone special that they don't want to reveal just yet. And I kind of go with it's someone special. But the rumors started last year at HCS during this data drop about the book Halo Empty Throne. All right, so next let's talk about who is James. Some of you that are new to the Halo universe may not know who James is. There's not a lot known about James. As a matter of fact, we only know of 2 conflicts that he ever participated in. And I'm sure there are more, but that's all we've received so far. He is an early member, if not one of the original members of Blue Team. And I say early member of Blue Team versus original member of Blue Teams because back in the early days, the team rosters kind of flip-flopped. The 2 battles that James participated in, and I am 100% sure that he was actually in more, but as far as the storyline goes and what we have received from the powers that be in Halo, the only 2 battles that they've given us is the defense of Sigma Artanius 4, which took place in July 2552, and the noteworthy occurrence there is as a member of Blue Team, James loses part of his left arm while Blue Team is fighting a Megalegola. The creature fires his laser beam and takes off his left arm from his elbow down. His next mission that we know about occurs a month later in August 2552 during the fall of Reach. Aboard Gamma Station, which is orbiting Reach, there is a Oni Prowler, the UNSC Circumference, in there for repairs. Blue Team, consisting of James, of course, John 117, Fred, and Linda, depart on a Pelican to go to Gamma Station to destroy the navigation data of the UNSC Circumference. During this conflict, he's in outer space with a jetpack on. He's removing explosives from the outside of the ship. During the battle, needle round hits James in his jetpack. It explodes, propels him out of control into the depths of space. After the battle, John marks James missing in action. So that's what happened to James. And this happened again in August of 2552. So we've talked about the origin of these rumors. We've talked about James and his significance in the Halo universe. Now let's look at the evidence that makes people think that this is James. I am skeptical, but let's go. Number one, there's no body. No body was recovered. There are no remains. If you are a sci-fi fan, you know it's true in comic books, it's true in novels, and it's true in the movies. When someone dies, if it happens off screen and or there is no body to be seen and to confirm this person's death, they are probably still alive. Number two, this would not be Halo's first time using the scenario that a Spartan is lost in space due to a jetpack malfunction, and he's later found out to be alive. And if you're wondering who I'm talking about, just think about Kurt 051. Remember? He was on a special assignment with Blue Team. I just thought about this. Something else. Everybody's on Blue Team. These people coming back from the dead with Blue Team. But Kurt was on a special assignment with Blue Team. Of course, this was engineered by Oni. Has a jetpack malfunction, and he is listed missing in action, lost in space. Turns out, Oni had rigged the whole thing. They actually recovered him, and they used him to train the Spartan 3s. So it is not far-fetched for this to have happened, and if this is James, it is not the first time Halo has used that scenario. Okay, so let's think about it. The first 2 points are good. There was no body, and it wouldn't be the first time that Halo has used this scenario to bring a Spartan back. But that doesn't explain why people think it is James. Kylam, a friend of mine that's in a Halo group with me, and we talk about a lot of different things Halo, and he to me seems to be a very logical guy. And he was in the chat group one day going over about why he thinks this could be James. I told him, convince me that this is James, and this is what he had to say.
So the reason I think it's James is it's kind of a very unique armor set. A lot of the Spartan 2s wear Mark V, which is the armor pictured in the book cover, but that helmet, only James has ever been listed as wearing that helmet, and it's actually been in some comics where you see James and he's wearing that EOD helmet. So I think it's definitely very likely that is James.
Okay, guys, so let's be logical about this. When you look at the book, when you look at the artwork, that is definitely a Spartan, and they're definitely wearing Mark IV, Mark V-ish armor, and that is almost assuredly an EOD helmet. And the only other helmet that looks something like an EOD helmet is that cohort helmet that Fred used to wear, but it has a different shape to it. So it's probably EOD. And I guess I've kind of shown my hand. In my mind, it is beyond a reasonable doubt that this is James 005. One other thing that Caleb brought up in a separate conversation was that this book takes place in 2559. There is no Spartan wearing Mark V armor. The only exception there might be, and I think she's even upgraded, is Naomi. But yeah, there's no reason for any Spartan 2 to still be wearing Mark IV, Mark V armor. So yeah, it probably is James 005. So what does this mean for the Halo universe? It's too early to tell. I think it's a good thing that they're bringing him back. I want to see more stories about Spartan 2s outside of Blue Team. I love Blue Team, but let's learn some more about the other Spartan 2s that are still around, and let's see if we can bring some more Spartan 2s back. So, but that's it. It's James. I'll be surprised if it is not James. But the question is, what do you think? Leave your comments below. And until next time, Spartans, attention, dismissed.